BB 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
Trijets were once an aircraft that many saw carrying passengers around the world. However, they always stuck behind the quad-engine jets in terms of being iconic, and with them being the middle child, if you will, between twin and quad, they often fell under the radar. Where are they today, and why don't airlines and specifically aircraft manufacturers choose to not just produce, but release and then subsequently order Trijets? Well, in simple terms, today in July of 2021, when this video is being produced, the aviation industry does not need Trijets. Airlines and also aircraft manufacturers have moved away from an era that dominated the industry with heavy multi-engine aircraft. While an era that to many is our favourite, including myself, despite not being alive for a significant portion of it, nowadays the twin-engined aircraft is the ideal plane. Twin engines can come in multiple forms, different shapes and sizes. When I say twin-engine aircraft are ideal, I don't necessarily refer to one specific type. You can start with your smaller Airbus A220s and work all your way up to the Boeing 777X, moving to the classic A320s, the A350s, the 787s and so forth. The point being is there's nowadays an aircraft to suit the smallest of operators to the largest, and unlike the 747, the A380 and even the MD-11, these aircraft are a lot more efficient and therefore are a lot more favourable in today's market. Trijet aircraft always struggled when it came to the placement of the engines, unlike that of the 747 and A380 and other aircraft alike. Trijets could not simply add an engine onto one of the wings due to the imbalance this would cause. That means that for Trijets, the engine was placed at the rear of the aircraft, naturally on the tail. This causes a huge amount of problems with regards to weight, overall drag and pitch and so forth. It's easier for these engines to be placed under the wings rather than in the tail, and therefore when it comes to designing an aircraft overall, there's a lot of little niggles that you need to mitigate. And this can mean that the Trijet can encounter problems even after it has been produced. This is something we frequently saw decades ago with the aircraft type. That being said, you can still find aircraft that have engines mounted on the tail or alongside it. However, that is often seen with smaller business jets, which are owned by small private companies, making things usually a lot easier on the grand scheme of things. This can be especially noted with ETOPS. Engines nowadays are more powerful, they're also bigger. Take a look at the GE9X, a mammoth engine, and therefore they're more efficient. If an airline only has two engines on one of their aircraft, they're all cheaper to run, and therefore easier to maintain overall. Two engines have also proved to be far more reliable, especially when it comes to long-haul operations, with the incredibly high ETOPS, which basically allows these aircraft to fly hundreds of minutes away from a diversion airport during their route. You could certainly argue that safety problems plagued Trijets decades ago, like I briefly touched on. However, that is something for this video I don't want the full focus to be. What are your thoughts though on the Trijet era? Do you think it makes sense that they're no longer really seen flying today with regards to passenger operations, and the twin-engine jet have really become the not just now but also the future? Feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, but thank you so much for watching a different style of video here on the channel. I do greatly appreciate it, and I will see you next time.